Can we all agree that that was the best episode, last week's, that we have had this season? I know a lot of people were worried about the transition to the older actors, and these are the actors that we're going to see going forward, but I think after that episode, that should make you feel a lot better. This is the House of the Dragon, episode 7 preview trailer breakdown. What up to my thugs, nerds, freaks, and geeks who are now rocking with the one and only Don Tony Teflon. I'm breaking down all episodes and preview trailers and doing live streams every week for House of the Dragon. If that's something you're into, then make sure you subscribe and click that bell so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. Let's get right into it.
What is this brief mortal life? If not the pursuit of legacy.
This starts off with the funeral of Elena Valerian, and it's obvious that that's what's going on here. We see the coffin being thrown into the water. We've seen her basically die the way she wanted to die because of childbirth, and she was going to die because of it. She didn't want to go out like that. She crawled her way to her dragon and asked her dragon to set herself on fire, and the dragon did set her on fire. So we've seen this scene in the preview trailers before, not the full extent of it, but a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people who read the books, when we seen that, we knew exactly what this would be. I really wish we would have been able to get some more time with this actress, because I think she did a great job playing this role. She was a boss for while she was there, and she's going to be missed.
We play an ugly game.
If you are to be a strong queen, your subjects must fear you.
Next, we start off with Rainey's, and she's not going to be doing too good because obviously she just lost a daughter. Now, the question is, will she blame her husband for this? We've seen her have the conversation with him before, saying that her son's life was in danger. Now, all of a sudden, her daughter is gone. Is she going to be upset about that? What is this that she's holding? I don't think it's a wedding ring. Is it something of her daughter's? If I had to pick, I would think it's something to do with her daughter. We know her daughter wanted to go home, see her mother, see her brother, but she never had the chance to make it home. That's what happens when you deal with these Targaryens. Somehow, when they have babies, it's a good chance that you may not survive from that. After that, we see a picture of Vhagar, which was her dragon, on top of a mound. We're gonna get back to Vhagar a little bit later in this video, and then we hear a voiceover say, "We play a ugly game." That is what Viserys said to his daughter back in the day. And if you want to be a queen, you have to be feared, which reminds me of Sonny from The Bronx Tale, when he was asked the question, would you rather be respected or would you rather be feared? And his answer was he would rather be feared. In the chat, what would you rather? Would you rather be respected or would you rather be feared?
Fire is such strange power. Everything that House Targaryen possesses is owed to it.
Someone stole Vhagar.
Next part of the trailer is supposed to be talking about fire and blood, and we hear Daenerys say that everything that House Targaryen gets is owed to them, like it's just their right, because they are fire. They control the fire because they control the dragons. We also then see the Valyrian steel dagger. That's the same one that Arya used to kill the Night King, and we know that it has a prophecy on it, and Rhaenyra knows the prophecy. Will she tell somebody else about this prophecy? That is what we have to see if she actually does that. We see her standing with Corlys, and we also see her standing with Daemon. And maybe this is when Daemon says that she has to have her subjects fear. And maybe that's when he says it to her. It seems to be that they may still be on Driftmark at this time. I think a lot of the episode may take place on Driftmark due to the funeral situation going on there. But the most important part of this part of the trailer comes right now, when we see Laena's daughter saying somebody stole Vhagar. So the dragon that she was riding, that she used to kill herself, is gone. So who is the person that took this dragon? Well, if we go back to the previous episode, there was one kid who was looking for a dragon, never had a dragon. In fact, they gave him a dragon pig instead of one, right? I would have to think that this would be the person who would have the Targaryen blood, who did not have a dragon, who claimed this dragon.
There is a debt to be paid. This is the highest of treason.
It starts off with we see Laenor getting into a fight. What I think is his new boyfriend, Corey. I won't go into any further details because if I do, it would spoil things for you. Then we see a mysterious hooded figure looking over a bunch of ships being built. I would have to say that these ships being built, most likely ships are due to the Valerian, so it could be something to do with Driftmark. When I look at this person in this hooded figure, it looks like a small person, so this could be Aemon One Eye going to claim Vhagar when it's all said and done. I think it could be Aemon in this hooded cloak going to claim Vhagar. After that, so we hear Alicent say there's a debt to be paid, and then we hear Rhaenyra say this is the highest of treasons. I don't think that they're in the same exact scene. I think Rhaenyra is talking about her lover, her baby daddy. I think that she's upset that he is dead, her kid's father is dead, and that she believes that there's some foul play that went on, and she's trying to get to the bottom of it. I think Alicent is talking about the birthright of Rhaenyra's children, that there's something that has to be paid for that because she does not believe that those are her husband's kids. She's right about it, but she has no physical proof because, again, Maury Povich did not exist back then, so we didn't have any checkups like that. I think that that's what they're talking about here.
I promise you, in time, you and I together will prevail.
I see you as you are.
The episode ends. We see Otto Hightower, and he's giving advice to his daughter. We know that he's the one pulling the strings behind this whole situation. We also see Clubfoot, the Kinslayer, the man who killed his own family just so he could get ahead in this last scene, scheming on something, hoping that he gets rewarded for what he did, and it seems like he is going to get rewarded for what he did by Otto. That is the reason why he wanted to do it, and I think he's going to be rewarded for it, and they're going to think that he's someone who could serve them and someone who's willing to do the dirty work that they don't want to do. Again, after that, we see Vhagar. I think this is going to be One-Eyed Aemon's first flight on Vhagar. This is when he claims this dragon to be his own. We see Alicent going after Rhaenyra with the cat's paw dagger. This scene ties back to what she said earlier in this preview, that there's a price that had to be paid. So what's happening here? You hear me call her son One-Eyed Aemon. Why do I call him that? It's because he gets into a little fight with one of Rhaenyra's kids and he winds up losing an eye. And I think that's what's going to happen here. And she's going to be upset and want to take the eye of Rhaenyra's son, and Rhaenyra's going to get in between them, and that's when Rhaenyra's going to block her with the knife. I don't think she's going to be going after Rhaenyra. I think she's going to be going after Rhaenyra's kid to pay the price for that kid taking out her son's eye. And that's when we hear Rhaenyra say, now people see you for what you are, a person who's willing to do harm to a child. We then see Otto Hightower, and he has the hand of the kingpin on, so he must take over for Strong, who was murdered by his son and set ablaze by his son. That's the only thing I can see why he would be given the hand of the kingpin again. After that, we see blood on Rhaenyra's hand. What is this blood from? Is it a blood pact? Is she getting married? Did something happen to her husband so she can be free to get married? It seems like someone's holding her hand behind it with the blood dripping from her hand. That's for you to decide, and you let me know in the comment section what you think is going on there. and anything else that crosses your mind that I might have missed, please put it in the comment section. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this again, subscribe, and spread this across the realm. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.